Hi there. So I made this really cool deck. It's actually got 5 parts to it. And the purpose of this deck is to do a heart map session. And what this session is meant to do is to give us these messages from the divine mother and father to help us find more peace in our mind so that we can feel more joy in our heart. So I've been doing this work for almost 19 years. I'm an intuitive healer, but what I'm really seeing is how much more gentle this work can be if we stop focusing on the healing and start focusing on the peace and the joy in life. So anyway, what these sessions are meant to do is dissolve parts of our fear and help us see our triggers and overreactions so that we can become more peace. So the card that we're focusing on, this is the focus of the session, is our future. So let's see what shows up with that. So like I said, we're going to see which one of our habit patterns is negatively affecting our future. There really is no bad or good, but you'll see when the session, when we work through the session. Okay, so the card that I pulled is fear. So fear is holding us back from our divine future. And it's interesting because, of course, fear is going to show up because that is what we are talking about today. I'm always really amazed at the cards that show up for these sessions. I mean, it's like, I shouldn't be amazed after this many years, but it still is like, holy fuck, that's exactly what I was talking about. And that's exactly the card that showed up. So, what the fear is actually, what the fear is preventing us from doing is surrendering. And accepting and surrendering to me are different energies. Accepting means, okay, you know, like for example, when I was diagnosed with cancer 8,000 fucking times, it was like, there was always a point where I'd be like, okay, I accept this. Like, but the energy of surrender means basically what my picture back there says: show me the way. Like, use me where you need me, show me the way. I also believe that the word amen means use me where you need me, show me the way. Surrender means we get up in the morning and we just get into the moment, and we are led and divinely guided, and we just know that everything is working out no matter what happens. This is what we want in our lives because that is peace. So, that is peace, that is surrender, but our fear is getting in the way of that. Oh shit. I knew that was going to happen. Okay, so I just mixed up my cards. Okay, so the next part is we're going to look at the practical action moving forward that is going to help us dissolve this pattern of always, reaching or believing the fear. Like I was talking about in the first video, if we really believe everything is happening for a purpose, and we really believe that everything's going to be okay, and we really believe that we are safe and loved by the divine, fear really has no place. It's going to show up because that is our subconscious programming. But it's like, how about you get in the back seat because the Divine Mother and the Divine Father are driving now. And at some point, we're going to become the Divine Mother and the Divine Father as we step into this energy. So fear will not have a hold on us. So, oh my God, this is so funny because I was just talking about accepting and surrendering. The card that showed up is accept it. Like, accepting the fear, accept that it's there. There's also another part of this too, because I've really seen this really beautiful these really beautiful visualizations, and like this inner knowing that the Chinese elements are actually this beautiful, beautiful working of how we face our fears and heal them. um, when we're looking at the first step, it's always to face our fears. That is the water element. We get to face our fears. When we start to face our fears, the next step is that we get really angry, which is the wood element. Yeah, it's the wood element. Sorry. We get angry about it because it's like, well, why the fuck do I have to do this? Why isn't anybody else doing it? How did I, like, why did people treat me like this? Or why did this happen? We go through the anger. Trust me, last week I had a couple really pissy days, but I was getting good and angry about certain things I hadn't been angry about before. The energy of anger actually moves things. But the point of it is not to stay stuck in the anger. We know people that have been stuck in their anger for so many fucking years. It's very sad. But the point of it is to get to the next step, which is it moves into our heart. And that is where we get sad about it. And that is where we cry it out. And that is one of the most healing parts of our journey. Because once you cry it out, it moves into the earth energy, which is the energy of gaining wisdom from it. And this is where we get it, we feel it in our stomach and our spleen. In Chinese medicine, the spleen and the pancreas is basically the same organ, but we actually stop worrying and we start to form wisdom from what we know. A lot of people that are diabetic are actually chronic worriers. But if we can actually turn those thoughts into wisdom, then we move to the next phase, which is the metal element, which is our lungs and our large intestine. And that is the energy of letting go and surrendering. So, what this card says is accept everything that has been and get to the space of sadness. And in order to do that, oftentimes what we need to do is speak it out. I have friends that I talk to, well, one friend for sure, that I talk to every single day. We talk about our fears, but we talk in a way of moving through it, getting to the other side of it. But this is where therapy is good. This is where journaling is good. This is what we're going to be doing through the workshop that I'm creating. Is we're going to talk to the Divine Mother and the Divine Father every week and give it to them, because they are truly the ones that are going to hold it. But there's a difference between thinking it in your mind, because we get lost in our thoughts very, very easily. Speak it out loud. When you speak it out loud and just tell them how frustrated you are, how angry you are, it's going to turn into the sadness. You're going to have a cry about it. Doesn't matter if it's 1 tear or 57,000. You're going to feel that release, and it's going to move you into the energy of wisdom, which is going to help you to surrender. This is just such beautiful work. I am just really appreciating this more and more every single day. So what we're going to do now is we're going to pull a card, and it's going to have a message from the Divine Mother and the Divine Father for us. And it says, "We're clearing the path for you. Please let go of what is not serving you. Set yourself free. Make room for your blessings." This is so beautiful, because what this is telling us is set yourself free from those limiting thoughts and those limiting beliefs. Really be here with us and feel safe. Feel held. Feel our encouragement. Feel us accepting you as you are. Feel us loving you. When we really, really get into that energy, the fear is going to dissolve. And in its place, we're going to feel the peace flowing. We're going to feel the joy flowing through our hearts. Our cells in our body hold all of this trauma, the wounds, the stress, all of it. And as we do this work, we're going to heal physically as well. So have a beautiful, beautiful day.